Okay, there's a few people that I want to thank real quick, guys. First of all, I want to thank Kedron. Can you raise your hand, Kedron, back there? All right. And Nahid, can you raise your hand? Okay, way back in the back, guys. So these gentlemen are some of the folks that helped sponsor this event and make this happen. So I'd like to thank them publicly, for allowing us to use this venue and putting this event together, this first blockchain crypto in Frisco event, right? So everybody make sure you guys thank them on the way out, okay? All right, so we are not always available here, even though I live here in Dallas. 99% of our income comes from trading and investing in crypto. So when the markets are hot and we're busy trading, we're not doing conferences and stuff. But I want to introduce you guys to Farhin. Could you please come to the front, Farhin? All right. So, is this one on? I muted it out. Oh. Good? Okay. So, Farhin. Okay, so please come on stage here. Okay, so we have Kirk is pulling up her site here. So Farhin is one of the people.
You could look up Dallas in the meetup, Dallas Crypto and Blockchain Network.
Okay, so while they're pulling up a marketing tip here, guys, if you want people to come to your website quick, make the name simple.
Dallas BCEN.
Okay.
Yeah, Dallas.
All right, there it is. All right, so.
Wait, who is that?
Okay, that is almost like an. Yeah, that's correct.
Why don't you look up Crypto 101?
It's.
That's
Oh.
That's
Okay, so you guys see that?
That is the right group.
Okay.
And so that's just a page in it. If you look up the meetup that says Crypto 101, that's our next event.
Okay. Okay, so while they're pulling up that, guys, so Farhin here holds the blockchain crypto education meetups here to help educate the public about blockchain and cryptocurrencies. So this is I just wanted her to bring her up here so that Farhin can share with you guys when they do their meetups for anyone that is more that wants to continue the education in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space. Okay. So there it is. That's the one I pulled up. So you want to talk a little bit about yourself, Farhin, real quick, and what inspired you to start this meetup, and then when you guys do it so the audience will know, and the people at home that are watching will know also.
Okay, great. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Ked, and Ty for letting me up here. But my name's Farhin, and I lead the BCEN, Blockchain Crypto Education Network. It basically started as a meetup last year. And it's for connecting, developing, and accelerating knowledge in blockchain for broader inclusion and adoption. And I started my career as an electrical engineer and spent some time in academia. When my son said he wanted to build a miner, I wanted to connect him with some resources. He's 17 years old. That's Omar back there. I was busy running my business, which is Frisco Neurofeedback. And when I went out there, I noticed a couple of things. It's clear that in spite of how much knowledge that's out there, most of it was difficult to absorb in isolation, and that it's difficult to convert anything that I was seeing at meetups or on YouTube into actionable projects. And there was, as you noticed, it's riddled with a lot of fraud and misinformation. So the best way to sort through the wheat and the chaff is through individual personal interaction, is what I discovered. In the local meetups, we'd be meeting at coffee shops and different places, and I would see people who had a lot of useful information, but the venues weren't conducive for real learning. So I started sponsoring them at my office building, which had conference space, and invited people who were knowledgeable, miners, and were some of the first ones. And Leon Gabon actually runs a very popular meetup around here at some coffee shops at the Central Market. And so he did one of our first Crypto 101s. And Anthony Ronig and Joe Reeves are miners who did our first two mining presentations. And this was just a lot of fun. It started taking away from my day gig, and I thought this needs to happen, and we need to formalize this into something more something that could sustain itself. So we founded a nonprofit called BCEN. And Richard Raises is also an organizer for our group. And so one of the other things that I noticed is that people with a lot of excess money and excess time were the ones that were getting into position for profiting at this time of technology, where the people who actually needed it weren't getting the information. And the other thing is that the US is not embracing this technology quickly enough. I have a teen who's interested in this, but yet his high school's not interested, the local colleges aren't that interested. I've actually reached out to them to see if I can have some minors do workshops when we started having interest from people who were coming. The schools just don't know what to make of this. So, but I don't have time for this educational system to catch up. And so we made this happen, and we're going to keep going. And what's different about our approach is that we view this technology as a language that is best learned by human interaction. And human interaction also identifies trustworthy local sources. You can meet the people and see, do I, is this person someone that I can trust? And so the other thing is, what's beautiful about blockchain is that anyone with an interest can sit down and research and get up to speed pretty quickly, but there's so much information that we want to get our friends to help us sort through this. And so what we do is we meet and share knowledge, and we rely on volunteers to do research. Our next meetup is going to be about crypto reports. So we have 6 people who are going to take each coin and do crypto reports. And yes, we're not the most knowledgeable people, but we can sort through information that very knowledgeable people that are putting together. And so, so in a nutshell, we're providing real-life opportunities. What we'd like to do is make this a more broader, hopefully this will be an approach that can be adopted more broadly. And I know there's a lot of education companies that are doing similar things, but I don't know if anyone's doing it in a place where they want to provide a back-end support, maybe a network of venue sponsors or a format that people can duplicate. So that's what we're doing. And what we'd like to do is also, we're looking for people who are interested in advancing our mission to help us get this across. So please come to, if you're in Dallas, come to our next 2 meetups. So we're meeting twice a month for the for socials, and then also for crypto reports. The second and fourth Tuesdays is the actual reports.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. And then if you guys have any, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier, guys. If you guys take pictures of us up here or any of the speakers up here, when you guys tweet it out, could you guys hashtag it with hashtag crypto in Frisco? That would be awesome for the sponsors here. Does anyone have any questions about Farhin's meetup?
Does BCEN have a website?
We are just working on the website, and Banyan 360 is putting together our website. So it's, thank you.
Okay.
What are the topics of the information that you are sharing? Is it focused on development or the space overall?
Okay, so just real quick, the question is, what for the folks at home is what types of topics do you cover at the meetup? Is it technical? Is it
They're
investing?
presentations at the very beginning. It's Blockchain 101 once a month. And then after that, that gives everybody a foundation and a language to be able to understand the crypto reports. So we're actually going through reports on different projects, and we're going to classify the crypto in use cases. And, so you'll have an opportunity once a month to get a baseline and then start coming to crypto reports, and then also social opportunities. Does that make sense? And then what we see is we're going to be a little fluid. If people want to have more development, we actually do, my meetup is focused on the overview, and then we work with other meetups who are developers who are also running their own meetups for that. So it's also just a space for people to figure out their space in this. You might want to just volunteer and connect with people until you figure out what business you're going to do, and you're going to meet friends that maybe you can now trust to start a business with. And that's what, does that make sense?
So what social media channels do you have for people to communicate with you, like Discord or things like that?
Oh, we do have a Discord channel. So if you go to the About Us page on this, there's a Discord channel, and that's where we do most of our real-time communication, actually. And that's where we're pretty active every day. You can post any questions, and someone will have an opinion on it.
Okay.
There's,
all right.
There's the Discord channel. If you go down just a little bit more. Right there.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming here to share about your meetup. So if you guys are interested in learning more about Bitcoins, blockchains, and cryptocurrencies, go check out Farhin's meetup. Okay.
Thank you, Ty.
All right.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thank you.